welcome to our regular podcast, Corporate Beyond Stories. As always with you is me, Kat, 안녕하세요. And then we have Baruch.
Hello, hello, hello.
And we have Kolaj.
Dobrano. Good morning, everyone.
I need to apologize in advance for my lovely voice because the allergy started. Woo-hoo.
Yay.
Welcome, spring. What?
Yeah,
Anywho.
May, spring, sure.
Yeah. We had cold till now, and now it started.
Yeah.
Anywho, Kolachi, do we have a fun fact?
Do we? We do. We have one regarding the biology of our body. And there is this DNA part within our cells, where there's a DNA strand. The length of our DNA in our body is so long that it can cover the distance Earth and Sun 20 times.
What?
From
So
Earth to Sun.
From Earth to Sun 20 times. So
Wow.
if you take all the DNA strands in all the cells we have, put them next to each other,
Uh-huh.
you could cover the distance back and forth.
Wow.
20 times.
I'm unique.
All the other 8 billion people. on this one.
That's okay. I allow them to be unique with me.
I'm looking at it like, okay, suddenly the sun is not that far, you know?
You just use
Probably.
your DNA to get there. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, so today we have prepared a topic which is called benefits. And we know every corporation offers different type of benefits. And we do want to share with you not only what kind of benefits, but even when you go for an interview, for example, what is it that you could ask, right? It really depends on your interest. Shall we maybe start with the benefits which are, let's say, useless? Or can we call them useless?
Sure,
We can do whatever we want.
Exactly, that's the thing.
So pre-COVID, right, before COVID, some companies started to offer home office as a benefit. And it was even in their advertisement, all over the place. How do you guys look at it with today's eyes on that type of benefit?
I honestly don't see a reason for some roles to actually go to office. I would say it should be a default thing. So I wouldn't specifically call it a benefit. And then I'm thinking, how about hybrid work? Is that a benefit? But yeah, before we get to that, I think maybe Kolaj can answer the first question.
Now we can go actually elaborate on that, exactly like you mentioned, because I feel like going to the office, or like when we compare it, not just with the corporates, but for example, with other companies, with doctors, for example, we need to go to the hospitals all the time, you know, there is not really work from home, not yet, I think. Maybe later on. Like
I don't know.
There are actually robots that allow you to perform surgery remotely.
Yep.
So
There are a few. They are pretty expensive. I noticed that there is a replacement for the nurse at the beginning, at the entrance of the hospital, to actually qualify where you go. So there is a robot which actually goes around and you click on it. So there is a possibility, like there are some tendencies that it can change for some things, but still I feel like it's a working style that you either need to go to the office, you don't need to go to the office, maybe you're somewhere in between, or you are working from Seychelles and your company is in Dublin or whatever. And you know, so I don't feel like it's a benefit anymore. It's more of a working style. So this is how we work, because the company is not paying for the space. Maybe not. Maybe they are, and they are letting you pick. But hey, I think that it changed recently into a working style, not a benefit anymore.
They should change the benefit we offer to work from office. Oh, I like that benefit. That's one of the benefits companies are offering. They are still advertising it, whereas the younger generation takes that it should be given, not even discussed, right? It should be given. That's how the younger generation even looks at it.
You mean those who are going to be doctors, nurses, those who are
No, we're talking
being
about
part of-
corporate world. Or
Yeah,
hospital.
corporates. Okay, corporates. Yeah, they have different expectations from corporates, to true. So
Baruch started the topic with hybrid. And honestly, I don't know whether that's a benefit, but I can see that many corporates starting to promote it, that we have like a hybrid workplace. How do you guys look at this point? Or even what does it mean, hybrid?
Hybrid to me means that I am able to choose if I work from home or from the office to a certain extent, and then we are going to get granular with probably management and ask, like, what does it mean for them? Like, what are their expectations from their employees? So that's very, honestly, like if I saw like we have hybrid mode of work, when I'm looking at some job offers from employers, I would be really taking this with a grain of salt. Like when they promote like we have hybrid work and like you can choose if to work from home or from the office, I would imagine there are some limitations. And I would be definitely asking on interview, like, what are those limitations?
I can just mention one limitation with hybrid work is you don't have dedicated workspace. So many of us are used to, for example, accommodate your workspace with a photo, or you have some toys around you, let's say. And here is literally the desk sharing that you need to always clean everything. And then you might sit somewhere else. So that could be one of those.
I feel that work from home, hybrid style work, fully remote work, fully in the office of work, like no home offices whatsoever, or even a flexible time sometimes in companies like the offering, like we offer flexible time. It's just sort of a bullpoop here, because it's a style of work. It's that this is our culture and this is how we are working. It's how we are working. It's not that you have suddenly a different, privilege compared to the rest, or, like a benefit which wouldn't be available, or is it like really a competition driven stuff? This is how we work, and you either like it or not, and that's it. And now we will have also these benefits of 4 working days, probably sooner or later. I'm not saying nothing about my company here, but in general, I know that there are companies in the UK which are adopting it. There are companies in Nordics which are adopting it, and that makes people happy. I think that there is also a company here in Slovakia who are testing it already. Anyway, so that's gonna be again sort of a working style. I'm not sure if it's gonna be the benefit per se, That at least that's not how I feel that this is a benefit.
Then let's move to my favorite one, because I'm already in the age when I really need this.
Medical care?
Yes. So really depends on the country you live in, but unfortunately in our country, our medical system or hospitals are in a really, really bad shape. Thankfully, at least we have private medical centers for prevention, and let's say the regular doctors, like you have your GP, skin doctor, etc., etc. And the benefit is where the company offers you a private medical center, also pays the whole year fee for you. And that for me is one of the top benefits that I really like when company offers, because then you have really all the specialists in one place. You just make an appointment, you come 5 minutes before, they open the door, they get you in, do whatever they need to do, and you're out of there. I really love it. I enjoy it, using it for numerous years. And really, prevention maintenance is a big thing for me.
Yeah.
Here comes the younger person.
You come there, you ask for a date with your specialist. They give you a time slot, which is 2 months ahead, because they don't have anything closer. And you're like, but I'm hurting now. And they say like, yeah, sorry, there is not really much we can do. So you need to wait 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, great. I still feel that medical benefit here, at least here or in other companies, is a good thing. I do feel like not every company is offering it, although all these, even not just physical ones, but also mental well-being stuff, all these benefits are something you want to apply to your people because that makes them healthier and they can perform better. So it's like, it's organizational driven stuff. It's not like you do it because of the person, you do it also from your own personal organizational purposes, that you want your workforce healthy, because if they are not healthy and they are on a sick leave, they are not going to perform. Your profits are not going to high if they are sick. So this is sort of benefit I see that it's really good, but it's not purely for employees, but also for the company itself.
Companies. I will also mention what Collage started. Of course, not all private medical centers here in Slovakia are, let's say, the top notch. Thankfully, for example, the one I have right now, I'm really satisfied with them because I get the appointment very quick, maximum within 2 weeks. So that's pretty good. But again, depends on the medical center. But at least we have these options to have private medical centers, because you really don't want to get to the hospital in this country, unfortunately. And really depends. You can write us down, depends on the country you are listening to us, how that works. But right now for us, this is one of the biggest benefits. If company offers it, people are taking it with all their 10 fingers, I'd say, or 20 fingers.
What?
Well, 10 and then toes, right? So I was like calculating first, like you grab it with both of your hands, and I was like 10 fingers. Let's do 20.
With all of their 23 fingers, that's gonna be.
Yeah, you definitely need medical care if you have 23 fingers.
Okay, so okay, that's my favorite benefit. Collage, what is your favorite benefit? But not sarcastic one. I really mean something you really wanted, you enjoy it.
Oh, you party pooper cat.
Yeah. What I like as a benefit a lot is when they pay you for vacations fully, or for sick leaves fully. When you're on sick leave, there is a full coverage for you not being at work, which is not common, which is not usual that the company pays you full package, or they like bumps you that like you will be working all the time. That's one of the ways that I know that when I'm sick, or I need to really like just calm myself and get healthier and not push myself and ruin my health so that I can get the salary. So that brings me security and calmness, mostly when it comes to providing for family. You have a kid at home, you have wife at home, and suddenly your salary drops to 50% because you're on sick leave. Oh, shite, So that's something you want to avoid. This gives you, like the competence and capability that even I can get healthier, or I can get better, and not to be afraid that I'm losing something here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that one is definitely a benefit for me as well. Even if it's limited, like I don't know, if there is a limit, like we will pay you full salary for 5 days, and then it's getting lower and lower.
It's usually 2 months. A manager can make a decision that will pay you up to 2 months.
Whatever it is, as Collage said, it's like, well, usually, like the most often people get sick and stay away from work for a week. So even that is a benefit for me. And I also like, I don't know, it seems small, but for some reason I like when employers are let's say, aware enough and provide like more money towards your meal allowances? Like they like pay you more, which
They
Okay,
pay
okay, okay.
more for meal allowances, you know, because
So
it's not common in other countries.
meal allowance is only in Slovakia and Czech Republic. So
oh,
we need, it's just our country. So we need to first explain what meal allowance is. So meal allowance is that back in the day, during socialist, usually the companies had canteens directly in the companies, and they provided you the lunch, right?
for free.
And then for free. And then as we had no more communism, sort of state that the company provides you lunch tickets. So you paid certain percentage, but company paid more. And then we could use those tickets in any restaurant or wherever, somewhere around. And this is now second or third year where we could actually define that I don't want these lunch tickets. I want the direct money directly to my account, but I'm paying for my own lunches, right? So just a little bit to explain.
Yeah, so this meal allowance is nice. Without that, I wouldn't have a dinner or lunch or breakfast, you know, that doesn't happen. If they don't pay you, you're not eating. So yeah, that's a good benefit. It's a good benefit.
And just add to Kat's explanation, like by law, they need to give you these tickets, but there is a certain amount, like minimal amount they need to go with, but it's up to the employer to choose if they want to contribute more. And yes, it's nice if they decide to do so.
Of course, there are way more benefits, and we will continue in the next episode. With that said, Collage, do we have any recommendations?
I don't know. Do we?
We don't have to.
I don't know. Do you have any recommendations? That goes also for Baruch as well, not just Nick.
My recommendation is go to your benefit pages in your corporate portal and really read through what kind of benefits the company does offer you and what fits you that you would really use. That's my recommendation. With that said, 수고하셨습니다.
Bye bye.
Ciao, bye, bye, bye.
This podcast represents our own opinions, experience, and our own ideas. We do not represent any official statement from our employers, and this is not their official channel representing the company.